And then, you know, I started to get into YouTube a little bit, watching videos here and there, especially like trailers for Modern Warfare 2, because I really like Call of Duty 4 a lot, and that was really what got me into Call of Duty. And I remember, you know, they'd have the trailer for Modern Warfare 2, I think during like the NBA Finals. And I'm not even a basketball fan, but I would watch the game just so I wouldn't miss the trailer for Modern Warfare 2. And whew, I was, you know, fast forwarding to November, I was just super excited to play Modern Warfare 2 and get my hands on it because I saw the trailers where, you know, they throw him, show him throwing the Simtex and, you know, just all these like new customizable kill streaks. And it just looked like kind of how Battlefield took, in my opinion at least, Battlefield 2 and Bad Company 2 to the next level, at least graphically and stuff. A lot of the gameplay and stuff is similar, I guess, but Modern Warfare 2, it looked a lot different from Call of Duty 4. You know, you can't, you know, if I did a side by side of both games, they don't look the same. And I was excited, and you know, there's a lot of new features, a lot of new guns, a lot of new perks. That was, you know, going to be in Modern Warfare 2. Went to the midnight launch, got home, and God, as soon as I played I remember I played my first match was a free for all on Rust, and it was just an absolute blast. I remember the custom class that I picked was the one with the FAMAS with the grenade launcher on it. I don't think it had a reticle on it or anything, but um, and I think I went like I want to say like 20-5 or 30-5, and like won or got second place in the free for all my very first game. And I was like, oh my god! And my friend was sitting right next to me watching the one that I played World at War and Call of Duty 4 with. He's like, okay, I gotta go buy this game, and he said that after watching one match, just how smooth this game was and how fast paced it was, and the new kill streaks and stuff. And man, for the first couple months, I mean, there was some problems. I wouldn't. You could probably say game breaking. And Modern Warfare 2 is when I really started to get hardcore in Call of Duty. I mean, I played the shit out of that game the first few months, and I met a lot of good people. I started to get more of my friends, buying PS3s and stuff, and they'd be gaming with me, and we, be learning all these new maps and all these new guns and perks and kill streaks. What's the best loadout, best setups and all that. There was just so much to talk about with that game at first, and then started to see some pretty major issues. The ones I can think on the top of my head, the care package glitches. There was a few of them. You'd have the guys running around with the thing that you throw down, the marker or whatever that you throw down for the care package. They would be, they'd have lightweight on, and they'd be around freaking knifing people with freaking tack knives. I remember I really didn't like that. And, I guess when you had the marker, you could run even faster with lightweight. And they patched that. Then you had the infinite care package glitch, which some of my friends would do, which was, I don't approve of that type of cheating. I'm not a fan of that type of stuff at all. Even when they were on my team, I would tell them to stop doing it, but they did it anyways. Um, the javelin glitch was, especially when you played headquarters. Ooh, man, that shit was annoying as fuck. You'd have a guy come in and shoot the javelin off, and hit the ceiling and just blow up everything. Everybody in the room. So headquarters was really bad for that javelin glitch. They eventually patched that. The models, of course, a lot of fun to use. I remember I wouldn't even prestige because I just unlocked them, and I think you unlocked them at like 66, and I think the max level was 70 at the time. I believe, I'm pretty sure. Might have been 80. I can't remember. I don't know. I think it was 70. I'm pretty sure. And I remember getting the models for the first time and just, I mean, you'd fuck shit up with those things. And the range and the damage was just ridiculous. You'd pop on sleight of hand, and you'd just be. And I remember the way you ran with them. It was really funny, and just those things were a lot of fun to use. And then I started to get killed by them constantly because everybody found out about them. and that got to be super annoying. And they eventually patched that, which kind of sucked because they were a lot of fun to use, but they sucked to get killed by. There's a lot of guns like that in Call of Duty, but those were a lot of fun. You saw a lot of people running around with those things, and then they patched them, and they were just never the same. They really took them down like five, like 5 levels. They weren't nearly the same or nearly as good, but and then everything started to they fixed those pretty big problems and stuff, and then I really started to notice a lot of annoying stuff, and that's when Call of Duty went from just having fun with myself and with friends. That sounds kind of sexual, but it's not. But that's when I started to notice how bad how guys were freaking diving to lunge me, and with Commando, which wasn't in Call of Duty 4 or World at War. You just started to notice all this stuff because I guess because I had played the game so much, I'd pretty much seen it all, and then just everything really really got bad when everybody started noob tubing. I mean that was when it was bad. And this was probably I want to say maybe January or February of 2010. I want to say maybe March. I think it was bad by then already. But that's when everybody had figured out that one-man army and danger close was the best combination to use. And just everybody was using that shit. And if they weren't using one-man army, they were using sleight of hand or scavenger because you could just keep recollecting, the grenade launchers or the RPGs or whatever. And the game, just became so frustrating. Whether you're getting freaking knifed from, not across the map, but 20 feet away, a guy just running up and lunge knifing you, or when I really started to notice it was, what was that? Wasteland. I would go, I think we would start like the C spawn. The team would run up, get on the flag, and then we would all get blown up by a grenade launcher, and then we'd see the kill cam, and it's just the guy just doof, doof, just shooting these freaking grenade launchers off. And I was like, man, this is an issue. I hope they fix this, and of course they never did. And the game was really never the same after that. And I wasn't huge into YouTube at that time. I was starting to slowly get into it more because I was trying to learn how to get better at the game. Because I was a fairly experienced Call of Duty player, but I wasn't really super good or anything like that. So I started watching videos and stuff, and that's when I started to come across seeing people using this one-man army setup, and I might have used it a couple times, but honestly, I never used that to try and get nukes or anything like that. I'm one of those people. I don't like to be hypocritical. If I feel something is worth complaining about, I'm not going to use it myself. You know, more times than not. And I still remember the way I used to play Call of Duty 4 with all the noob tubes, and I could see how that was super annoying when I was getting killed by it. So, I'd never. I don't even. I might have got Danger Close Pro maybe one time. I really can't remember, but I never got into the noob tube phase because I was already past that. I had gone through that on Call of Duty 4, and I think there was just Modern Warfare 2 was just such a huge success financially, and you had so many new people coming in. They didn't really know that was a super annoying way to play the game. Especially for more experienced people that know. I don't want to say protocol, but or the gentleman's way to play the game, whatever you want to say. All the new players that just came in, just like I did on COD 4. You don't know what's good or bad to do. Just in your play style or whatever. And I don't really blame them to a degree. But the developers put that stuff in there, and kind of just I don't know how you didn't think about that. How infinite ammo on grenade launchers wouldn't ruin the game. I don't know how you didn't freaking think of that. They did a lot of great stuff with that game, but that was really the ultimate downfall. And then eventually, I remember I was playing with my friend, and we noticed that this guy on our team was like, we were playing domination, I think, and we noticed that he was like 2-42, and we were just like, holy shit, how could you be that terrible? And then we started to follow him around because he wasn't going for flags or anything like that, um, and we would follow him around, and he would go to these spots and just sit there, and then someone from the other team would come up and kill him, or then they would set up tack insertions and stuff, and that's when I discovered nuke boosting, and that was another huge, really epidemic that really ruined Modern Warfare 2. That was a huge issue. I used tack insertions to camp when I was sniping. I remember when I would use the Barrett 50 cal on I think it was called Estate. Pretty sure that's what the map was called. I would camp like right above the B. You know, there was a perfect, you know, just camping spots right on top of the B flag, and you just put claymores on the B flag and snipe up at the A house. Kind of a bitch way to play the game, but I wasn't too experienced at that time. You know, I only played a couple COD games, but at that time, that's how I played that map. I was, you know, trying to snipe it and staying in that building. Uh, but yeah, now I lost my spot. I forgot what I was talking about. Well, boosting. Oh, that's when I used tack insertions. Excuse me. Uh, but boosting, that really became a huge issue, and I remember seeing. You know, I would look that up on YouTube. You know, to see like what were these guys doing, because I really didn't understand it at the time, and then you know I found out about nuke boosting and you know, or doing headshots or whatever it was to get challenges and all that crap. And yeah, my mouth's getting dry. Been doing a lot of talking. Wow, this is a long video. Sorry. We're getting through the. This is a long history of Call of Duty, and it's 5 years of stuff. Um, but you know, nuke boosting became a huge problem, and I remember I would go into domination matches and free for alls, and not even just I wouldn't even try to win the match. I really didn't care if I saw someone boosting or trying to boost. That was my only goal, was to try and get them to leave the game. You know, keep finding them. I remember Rundown was a real bad map for boosting, and you know there was all kinds of spots where you could hide on that and try and get a nuke, and you know, because that was a pretty big map. And I remember just going through and just finding these guys everywhere, just trying to find, you know, better spots to nuke boost. And I remember, you know, taking RPGs to them and stuff that I learned from Sandy Ravage, seeing his Booster Justice videos. And those were some great videos with the Duke Nukem. I think that's the best stuff Sandy Ravage has ever done. Just really great stuff, and that's where I learned about nuke boosting, or maybe not nuke boosting, but you know, killing boosters and good ways to stop them with C4 and RPGs and stuff like that. And it was great, man. That kind of you know, it kind of felt like you were trying to kill off, like you know how like the Sith were killing off the Jedi Knights. It kind of felt like that, except for, you know, it's kind of reversed. You know, you're trying to find these boosters to try and eradicate them from the game, and trying to get them to stop doing that crap. You know, it was bad. And you know, after all that, and then, you know, the Noob 2s were just taking over, and I remember the DLCs were coming out, which I was excited for, you know, in the spring and stuff, and people would just, you know, they made them pretty campy by the map designs, and people would just get up there and just go for nukes, whether it was boosting or noob tubing the whole time with the one-man army, just staying in you know, one building with claymores. And you know, that's one annoying thing that Modern Warfare 2 introduced, was freaking like a scavenger, which was a cool perk when they put it in there, but they let you, you know, keep getting claymores once they blow up. And you know, I'm one of those people. I like to get revenge kills. If a camping bitch kills me, I want to go back and I want to kill him. And you know, Modern Warfare 2 made that really frustrating, because you know, these guys could just keep putting down. And I mean, I did it too when I would camp and snipe and stuff. But you know, it just made it so annoying, because you know, they just keep putting these claymores down. You just keep running upstairs, you know, and then you learn it. You know, learn where, you know, where the claymore was, and then they put it in a different spot, or you know, they'd just be waiting for you to come up the stairs. I just hate people that play like that. And you know, in COD 4 and World at War, I really didn't even notice those things. But I had played Call of Duty for a while now, so I was really, um, just I was really upset, and just frustrated with the game and just all these issues and new issues that would come up. And I really didn't care about the overpowered guns like everyone said they complained about the UMP. I really didn't notice it too much. I played over 30 days on Modern Warfare 2, and I love that gun, but I didn't think it was like far and away better than every other gun on the game. The models were overpowered. Those needed to be patched, and they were. But gun balance I thought was okay, and just the mechanics of the game, how smooth it was, and if they would have patched One Man Army and Danger Close, man, I would still own that game because I really love that game. And up to that point, really up until like the breaking point during Modern Warfare 2, that was the favorite for me on Call of Duty. Or really, I think, yeah, I would say any game that I had ever played, I put so much time into it, and I met a lot of people, and I had a lot of fun playing that game. And I just, but like I said, it just reached a breaking point for me, and I had to stop playing it because it just, it was just so frustrating, and I was getting more frustrated than I was, having fun. And that was really the first Call of Duty that did that to me.